Welcome to another episode of the Wealth Whisperer podcast, where your finances get friendlier and your future a bit brighter. I'm your host, Derek Gonicky, and today we're diving into a topic that's a game changer for your wallet, the magical world of compound interest. Now, I know what you're thinking. Compound interest, isn't that just a fancy banking term? Well, let me tell you, it's more exciting than the last-minute plot twist in your favorite movie. It's the secret sauce that can turn your savings from a tiny snowball into an avalanche of wealth. Albert Einstein famously called it the eighth wonder of the world, and who are we to argue with a genius? But before we leap into how this wonder works, let me share a quick story. Picture this. Two friends, Jack and Jill. Jack starts saving early, putting away a little each month. Jill waits, thinking there's always tomorrow. Fast forward a few years, and Jack's sitting on a mountain of savings while Jill's still trying to find her hiking boots. The difference, you guessed it, compound interest. So whether you're a saving superhero like Jack or just finding your feet like Jill, this episode will change how you look at your piggy bank. We'll unravel the mysteries of compound interest, share some jaw-dropping real-life stories, and I might even crack a joke or two. So buckle up and let's turn those pennies into pounds and those dollars into dynasties. And don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. Let's spread the wealth of knowledge together. All right, let's get down to business and unravel the mystery of compound interest. Think of it like planting a tree. You start with a tiny seed. That's your initial investment. Over time, this seed grows into a sapling. That's your interest. And here's where the magic happens. That sapling starts growing its seeds, and suddenly you've got a whole orchard. That's compound interest. It's not just your money earning interest, but the interest itself starts to earn more interest. Mind blowing, right? Now, I know numbers can be a bit daunting. Trust me, I still have nightmares about my high school math exams, but stick with me. But it's not just about the maths. It's what to see as it's the principle behind it. So the discipline of saving, the patience of letting it grow, and the excitement of seeing your money work harder than you do at the gym. And let me tell you, there's no better feeling than seeing those numbers climb, except maybe finding an extra fry at the bottom of your takeout bag. So whether you're a math whiz or still use your fingers to count, compound interest is a tool everyone can and should use. It's like having a financial fairy godmother, but instead of turning pumpkins into carriages, it turns your savings into a fortune. And now, let's hear from some folks who have seen the magic of compound interest firsthand. Stay tuned as we dive into some real-life stories that will make you rethink your saving strategy. Let's bring compound interest to life with some stories as natural as your morning coffee. First up, meet Sarah. Sarah started saving just $100 a month at age 25 in a high-interest savings account. Fast forward 40 years, and she's not just sitting on a pile of savings, she's lounging on a financial empire. Her modest monthly savings blossomed into a substantial nest egg thanks to the magic of compound interest. It's like she planted a tiny acorn and woke up to find a giant oak tree in her backyard. Then there's Mike. Mike waited until 35 to save, and thinking he had plenty of time. He held the same amount as Sarah, but when he hit retirement, he realized time wasn't just a number. It was a golden opportunity he missed. It's like showing up to a party after half the guests have gone home. The fun's not over, but what he could have experienced if he'd arrived earlier. These stories aren't just numbers and dates. They're about dreams, goals, and the power of starting early. It's like the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So whether you're 20, 30, or 50, there is always time to start, but the sooner the better. Let's shift gears a bit. It's easy to say, start early, but what if you're already halfway through the race? Fear not, I've got some tips and tricks up my sleeve for late starters, and trust me, and they're as good as finding a hidden shortcut in your favorite video game. So stay tuned, grab a notepad and maybe a snack. Hey, learning about compound interest is hungry work. And let's get ready to turbocharge your savings, no matter where you're starting from. All right, my savvy savers, whether you're an early bird or a night owl in the world of savings, there's always a way to make the most of compound interest. Let's talk strategy, and don't worry, and I promise to keep it as light and fun as a beach read. First off, let's tackle the big one, starting late. It's like joining a marathon at the halfway point. You've got less time, but with the right pace, you can still cross that finish line in style. The key? Aggressive saving and intelligent investing. Think of it as a financial workout, a little intense but also rewarding. For my late starters, consider upping your savings game. Instead of saving 10%, why not push for 15% or 20%? It's like choosing stairs over the elevator. A bit more effort, but way better for your health, or in this case, your wallet's health. Next, let's talk about investment choices. High interest savings accounts, IRAs, stocks, bonds. The world's your financial oyster. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Diversify your portfolio like you're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. A little bit of everything gives you a balanced diet of risk and reward. And here's a pro tip: automate your savings. It's like setting your coffee maker the night before. Wake up and voila, your financial future is brewing nicely without you lifting a finger. Now, for my early starters, you've got the luxury of time, but you can still sleep on the job and keep a steady pace with regular contributions. It's like watering a plant. A little care goes a long way. And remember to check in on your investments. It's like a regular health checkup for your finances. Adjust as you go and make sure your money works as hard as you do. Whether sprinting or jogging, the finish line is a comfortable retirement. And remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. So lace up those financial sneakers and let's hit the track. Next, we will switch gears and discuss the psychological side of saving, why we do what we do with our money, and how to train your brain to be a savings champion. Trust me, it's as fascinating as watching the finale of your favorite TV show, so don't go anywhere. My financial aficionados, it's time to dive into the fascinating world of our financial minds. Have you ever wondered why saving money feels like a tug of war between your present and future self? Well, let's unwrap the psychology behind keeping and how to master the art of financial foresight. First, let's talk about instant gratification, the kryptonite of savings. It's like craving a chocolate bar when you're on a diet. Sure, it feels great now, but your future self might not be pleased. The trick is to find a balance, reward yourself occasionally, but keep your eye on the prize, a healthy financial future. Now, let's face it, saving money is only sometimes exciting. It's like eating your veggies. Not always fun, but essential for growth. So how do we make it more appealing? Set goals. Like planning a dream vacation, saving for a specific goal excites the journey. Whether it's a new car, a home, or a comfy retirement, having a clear target can turn saving from a chore into a thrilling adventure. But here's a curveball. What about fear? Fear of missing out, of the market crashing, fear of not having enough. It's like a horror movie playing in your head, and it can paralyze your saving efforts. The antidote: knowledge and a solid plan. Educate yourself about financial risk and have a plan B. It's like carrying an umbrella. You might not always need it, but it's reassuring when the clouds roll in. And remember, we're social creatures, and our friends, family, and those we admire can hugely influence our financial habits. Surround yourself with people who share your financial goals and values. It's like joining a gym with a buddy. You motivate and keep each other on track. Lastly, let's talk about patience, the unsung hero of compound interest. Just like watching a plant grow, the growth in your savings can seem slow, but give it time and you'll be amazed at what can blossom. It's about playing the long game, trusting the process, and enjoying the small wins. So there you have it, a peek into the psychology of saving. Use these insights to train your brain. Soon you'll flex those financial muscles like a champion. Next, we'll look at some technological tools and apps that can make managing your savings and tracking compound interest a breeze. Think of them as your financial assistants, always there to guide you in the right direction. Stay tuned and let's get tech savvy. It's time to merge the world of finance with the digital age. In this segment, we're diving into the most remarkable tech tools and apps that can supercharge your savings journey. Think of them as your digital financial sidekicks, ready to make your money management smoother than a fresh jar of peanut butter. First on our list is the world of budgeting apps. These nifty little tools are like having a personal financial planner. They track your spending, help you set budgets, and some even nudge you when you're about to overspend. Like a gentle tap on the shoulder when you're reaching for that extra slice of cake. Next up, investment apps. Gone are the days when investing was just for the Wall Street wizards. With a few taps on your phone, you can dive into the stock market, invest in mutual funds, or even dabble in cryptocurrencies. It's like playing a video game, but you score points in dollars and cents. And let's remember savings apps. These are the unsung heroes for the forgetful savers among us. Automatically transferring small amounts to your savings account makes saving as effortless as breathing. Before you know it, you've built a nice little nest egg without lifting a finger. But here's the real gem: compound interest calculators. Imagine seeing your future wealth grow right before your eyes. These calculators show how much your savings can grow over time, And let me tell you, it's as mesmerizing as watching fireworks on New Year's Eve. Now, a word of caution, with great tech comes great responsibility. Always do your research before using any financial app. Check reviews, understand the fees, and make sure they're secure. It's like putting on a seatbelt, a simple step for your safety. So there you have it, your tech toolkit for taking control of your financial future. In our next segment, we'll travel worldwide and see how different cultures approach savings and compound interest. It will be an exciting journey, so pack your bags and let's get ready to explore the global financial landscape. It's time for a world tour right from our seats. In this segment, we're jet setting across the globe to discover how different cultures approach the art of saving and the magic of compound interest. Fasten your seatbelts because this is going to be an enlightening ride. First stop, Asia. In countries like Japan and China, saving is more than just a habit. It's a deeply ingrained cultural practice. With high savings rates, these countries view saving as a personal choice and a communal responsibility. It's like a group dance, everyone cooperates toward financial security. Next, we hop over to Europe. Take Germany, for example, known for its Sparbuch or savings book culture. Germans are renowned for their discipline and planning in finances, treating savings as seriously as engineering. It's like building a car. Every part and penny is meticulously accounted for. Let's remember our friends down under in Australia. With compulsory superannuation, Aussies are taught to consider retirement savings right from their first paycheck. It's like learning to swim. It's not just a skill, it's a necessity for life. Crossing over to the African continent, savings methods can be quite different. In many African communities, savings are often collective, with money pooled together in schemes like stokvels in South Africa. It's a communal potluck of finances where everyone contributes and benefits. Now, what about the good old USA? Here, the approach to savings can be as diverse as the country itself. With a strong emphasis on individual retirement accounts and 401k, Americans are encouraged to take charge of their retirement, like being the captain of your ship. But here's the kicker. No matter where you are, the principles of compound interest remain the same. It's a universal language like music or laughter, understood and appreciated in every corner of the globe. Understood and appreciated in every corner of the globe. In our final segment, we'll gaze into the crystal ball and speculate on the future of compound interest in an ever-changing financial landscape. Stay tuned because we're exploring what tomorrow might hold for our savings. We'll gaze into the crystal ball and speculate on the future of compound interest in an ever-changing financial landscape. Stay tuned because we're exploring what tomorrow might hold for our savings. Now, as we journey back from our international finance expedition, let's turn our attention to the horizon and ponder the future of compound interest. What does tomorrow hold for this timeless concept in a world where financial landscapes are ever evolving? First, let's consider the impact of technology. With the rise of fintech, managing our savings and investments is becoming more streamlined and accessible. Imagine a future where AI-driven financial advisors make compound interest work in increasingly sophisticated ways, optimizing your savings strategy while you sleep. Then there's the question of global economies. Interest rates worldwide are like a roller coaster. They go up and down and sometimes throw you for a loop. But one thing remains certain, the principle of compound interest, like gravity, is a constant force. It's all about adapting to these changes, staying informed, and being agile with your investment strategies. And let's remember the burgeoning world of cryptocurrencies and digital assets. As these become more mainstream, how we think about and utilize compound interest could shift dramatically. It's like the early days of the internet. A whole new frontier of possibilities is opening up. But here's the real takeaway. No matter the changes and advancements, the core idea of compound interest, saving consistently and patiently over time, will always be the bedrock of building wealth. And it's like planting a tree. The methods might evolve and the environment might change, but the basic process and the joy of watching it grow remains the same. So as we wrap up today's episode, remember this. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to financial freedom starts with understanding and leveraging the power of compound interest. Whether you're a seasoned saver or just starting, the time to plant your financial seeds is now. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through the world of compound interest. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share the Wealth Whisperer podcast with your friends. And as always, keep whispering to your wealth. It's listening. Until next time, this is Derek Gonnicki signing off. Keep saving, dreaming, and building that brighter financial future.